Hello. So yeah, I have been working on a few BPF issues related to uh, LOXILB project, and so yeah, I would like to give some update on this. And so here is issue. I filed a report to the LOXILB project. And so when I upgraded the LOXILB to 0.9.8 version on BPFire, and I got this when I start up the LOXILB, I got BPF verifier error with at the bottom of the verifier log message, libbpf log message. I have this line here. It says map. So this is one of the eBPF map in the LOXILB project, and it says has to have a BTF in order to use this BPF spin lock function. So initially I thought maybe this map does not have a BTF information, and so I tried to figure out why this map does not have BTF, and but it's actually a kind of misleading. And so I wanted to look at this kernel function process spin lock, and so that's so this is a function in the BPF verifier code that actually will log this message, like the map name has to have a BTF in order to use BPF spin lock. So that's in the verifier code, and so here is the here is the BTF log output during LOXILB startup, and so here is the actual map, and we can look at it, the BTF information. It has type ID 281. So here is the 281. It's a struct, and with type ID, the field with type ID 128, 37, the value, the map value has type ID 276, is a pointer. So we have this here, 276 pointer with type ID 277, and then this is 277. That's the value is a struct which has with type ID has member, CA member, and lock member. The lock is a spin lock, which has type ID 143. So based on the BTF log, the map the map should have BTF information, right? But why? So here is the actual struct, and see the value. Here is the actual map, and here is the value struct. So that's the value struct, and it has a spin lock member field. So the information looks right? And so I asked it the DeepSeek, and the DeepSeek gives some information, and but I didn't get much of it because it didn't help. Yeah, and so So here is a complete log, and one interesting thing we should notice is that I mean, one thing I ignored is the first line here, BTF libbpf BTF loading error. So when LOXILB startup, it will call libbpf to load the LOXILB TC BPF program. So what libbpf does is it will load the BTF for the eBPF program, and here this line it says BTF loading error. So which means libbpf failed to load the BTF for the eBPF program, and it actually dumps the BTF load log with the BTF information. So this is just the BTF load log information with the BTF, and this actually says it failed to load this. libbpf failed to load those BTF information, okay, for the eBPF program. And then, so this is all all the BTF information for the eBPF program, right? And the end of BTF load log. So when libbpf started to load the BPF program, first it will load the BTF, BTF information, and if it failed, it will print out the BTF load log with the BTF information. See here, error loading.btf info into kernel, and this says it again, failed to load BTF information into the kernel, and then it begins to dump the libbpf begins to dump the actual eBPF program instructions. So these are the BPF program instructions, and then at the end of this BPF program log, it says, oh, this map has to have BTF in order to use this function. The reason we have this message is because the libbpf failed to load the BTF information into the kernel, and then when you started when libbpf started to load the BPF program, it will look for BTF information for this map, and but the BTF failed to load previously. So that's why we have this log says this map does not have a BTF information. It's actually, this map has BTF information. It is the libbpf failed to load the BTF into the kernel. So that's the part that confused me. Initially I thought, oh, maybe this map does not have BTF information, and that's not the case here. So that clears things out, and then I had the LB maintainer track coder, and he did a more deep code analysis, and yeah, so eventually he figured out from this code change, I believe. So actually it's in oh, by the way, this issue happens to kernel version here. I have a note here. Okay, yeah, see here, I downgraded the BP file kernel from 6.12 to 6.6, and then it works. So it appears to be this error is based on is caused by kernel version 6.12. So then track coder probably reproduced the same issue with kernel 6.12, and then he said he's able to narrow down the issue to the kernel code here with the BTF member bit offset. Okay, so I don't know how he figured it out, this code, but he then changed the struct member bit field to full to, let's see, okay, where is the code? Maybe this code? Not this code. Oh, actually, there is a, I opened a GitHub in the libbpf. Maybe he listed the code there. Issue author. Yeah, so I asked the same question in the libbpf, and then track coder listed the actual code change for LOXILB, and to change the, it's actually to change the, there is a struct with a bit field member, and then he switched to long bit field member. That fixed the BTF load error on kernel version 6.12. So then the problem got resolved. Yes. So yeah, this is a problem I had on February, and there are of course a few other interesting issues I ran into LOXILB. I'll update later. So, but for today, this is information. This is BPF, BTF knowledge I gained from this issue. So in summary, when libbpf start to load the BPF program, it will first load the BTF for the eBPF program into the kernel. So later, then it will load the actual BPF program into the kernel, and then pass that BPF program based on the BTF information loaded in the kernel. But if the BTF failed to load into the kernel, then the program will fail to load because it will complain the BPF program missing some BTF information for some function calls or maps, and yeah, so that's the summary. Thank you for watching.